The 1930 FIFA World Cup ran from July 13th to July 30th. FIFA football's international governing body chose Uruguay as host. The country was marking 100 years since its first constitution, a centenary that called for something significant. That was one reason. The other, the Uruguay national football team had just retained the football title at the 1928 Summer Olympics. Both reasons pointed to Montevideo. FIFA agreed. 13 teams entered the tournament, 7 from South America, 4 from Europe, 2 from North America. For a competition calling itself a world championship, that was a thin field. The issue was geography, made worse by the Great Depression. The Atlantic crossing was long, slow, and expensive, and only a handful of European nations decided the trip was worth making. The rest stayed home. The first World Cup would open without most of the continent. All matches were played in Montevideo. The majority at the purpose-built Estadio Centenario, constructed specifically for this tournament, and the centenary, its name marking why it existed. The teams were divided into 4 groups. The winner of each advanced to the semifinals. The tournament's first fixtures kicked off on July 13th, 2 matches, both in Montevideo, both simultaneously. France defeated Mexico 4-1. The United States defeated Belgium 3-0. In the French match, Lucien Laurent of France scored and became the first player in history to score a goal in a FIFA World Cup. The same day in the American match, United States goalkeeper Jimmy Douglas posted a clean sheet, the first in World Cup history. 2 records set on the same afternoon. 4 teams came through the groups: Argentina, Uruguay, the United States, and Yugoslavia. Those 4 contested the semifinals. Argentina and Uruguay came through to face each other. The final took place on July 30th, 1930, at Estadio Centenario. Uruguay were the hosts and the pre-tournament favorites. 68,346 people were inside. Uruguay went ahead. Argentina equalized. Uruguay scored twice more. Final score 4-2. Uruguay became the first nation in history to win the FIFA World Cup. Those records have not moved. The 1930 final remains, to this day, the first and only World Cup final between 2 Spanish-speaking nations and the only one between 2 South American sides. Most people point to 1950, but the 1950 match between Brazil and Uruguay was technically the deciding match of the final group stage, not a cup final. On both counts, the 1930 final stands alone, and one man outlived everyone else who was there to see it. Francisco Varallo played for Argentina in that final. He was the last surviving player from the first World Cup. He died in 2010, aged 120 years before the World Cup centennial. In 2030, Estadio Centenario will host the World Cup again, 100 years after the tournament that was built around it. The stadium constructed to mark Uruguay's centenary will open a competition marking the World Cup's own. The records from 1930 are still intact. The stadium is still standing.